pencils. I don't think I need.
Call to order the special meeting of the Ellsworth City Council. This is Monday, July 13, 2015, 7 p.m. And all councilors are present and accounted for. And before we move to unfinished business, at this time, without objection, I would entertain a motion according to the council rules for the purpose of suspending the rules and taking an item on tonight's agenda out of order, namely item number 4, which requires a 2/3 majority of members present and voting to take this out of order.
Move approval, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? All in favor? Thank you. So we'll move item 4 up before unfinished business and take it up now. This is the review and acceptance of the results from the City of Ellsworth School Budget Validation Referendum election, which was held on July 7th, 2015. Hopefully everybody has the results in front of them and you are aware of them. Any discussion on this or council action?
Mr. Chairman, move to approve Council Order number 071500, acceptance of the July 7, 2015 City of Ellsworth School Budget Validation Referendum election results as presented.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? All those in favor? That's unanimous. Item number 2, public hearing and action on budget resolutions for FY 2016. The public hearing was held on June 15th, 2015, and I'll defer to the finance director.
I provided you with a copy of the updated budget, as well as a summary sheet that reflects the mill rate, the estimated mill rate. Some changes were made based on the cuts and the additional revenues from the state. So the information that was in your packet and on your iPads is different from the one that I gave you. So the one that we need to, I'd ask to have it read into the motion tonight is on page 1, and then I also dog-eared on page 4 the additional resolve that needs to be done. So it has the general fund and the school department on the first 3 pages, and then the next few pages are the capital budget, library budget, water, and wastewater.
And you don't need all the numbers?
No,
read,
it just
the
says.
resolve.
Correct.
So the numbers that were adjusted actually bring the total amount to be raised by property taxes down slightly from that original
Correct. It was at
intention.
1804 down to 1775.
Okay. Just give them a minute to compare the numbers there.
Let's shut this.
Council, any comments or any questions for the finance director?
I don't think anybody on here, Mr. Chairman, is happy with the end result, other than knowing that we cut just about everything out of this budget until we start cutting people and services. And I haven't heard many people tell me what services to cut.
I think you're right. If there are no further questions or comments, I'm open for a motion to get this moving.
Do you wish to read the resolve, or do you want us to?
I certainly can.
Then we can just move, so.
The adoption of the budget for fiscal year 2016, be it hereby resolved, the sum of $19,210,200, which constitutes the estimated requirements of the various city accounts for fiscal year 2016, based upon the budget submitted by the city manager as provided by the charter, be raised, assessments upon the inhabitants of the city of Ellsworth and upon the estates of non-resident proprietors with the city for the present municipal year, and that the sums hereby appropriated, in addition to sums as otherwise provided, the amount for each purpose being specified as follows. And then the account appropriations are listed, and total for the city is listed as well. That total municipal appropriations, $10,359,230, is that correct?
Total municipal net budget is $8,142,807. Is that where you're looking at?
It's under total municipal appropriations. I think that was the number Bob was referring to.
Net municipal budget,
Sorry, yes.
yeah. $8,142,807. And Ellsworth School Department, $11,067,393 for the total of $19,210,200. That's your total budget.
Page 4.
Oh, the, further resolved, City of Ellsworth City Council approves budgets for the following departments in the amount specified. Capital improvements budget, $723,233. Ellsworth Public Library budget, $720,502. Water Department budget, $1,116,000. Actually, total water department is $1,214,361. Total wastewater treatment plant budget, $1,685,789.
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Moved by Councilor Fortier and seconded by Councilor Blanchett. Any discussion? Seeing no further discussion, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Those opposed? This Councilor Phillips. 6-1 with Councilor Phillips opposed.
Just couldn't vote to shoot myself in the foot.
No. Understandable. Item number 3, because LD1, or maybe you want to just explain it for the public's sake?
Sure. So based on the original budget that was presented during the budget process and during the last council meeting, we had a public hearing for each year that we go over the LD1, where the council is required to authorize us going over the amount that the state sets for us. However, once I plugged the new figures in based on the cuts and adjustments in the TIF, it was found that we don't need to vote on this, so there's no action required tonight.
So a simple vote to remove this from the agenda is sufficient?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor? It's unanimous.
So that was like a tidbit of good news?
It is.
LD1 didn't get triggered this time. So. That brings us to item number 5, executive session to discuss personnel matters in accordance with MRSA Title 1, Chapter 13, Section 405, Paragraph 6A.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. That we go into executive session. All those in favor? It's unanimous. We are now in executive session. We will come out to do further business.
The first time I extended the meeting past its ending and gone out.
We're going to have to table tonight.
Before we're back somewhere else.
All right, we're back in session. And we'll go to item number 6, Council Order number 071501. Discussion and action on the selection and hiring of one recommended candidate to the office of City Manager for the City of Ellsworth. Councilor Fortier.
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion to approve hiring David Cole as City Manager for the City of Ellsworth per the employment agreement we have in front of us, entered into on July 13th, 2015. Full force and effect for 3 years from August 17th, 2015. Starting salary will be $96,000. After a successful 6-month evaluation, it will be increased to $98,000. The document we have in front of us has a few minor typographicals that we've asked to be fixed, and we will sign the final document at our meeting on Monday, the 20th.
And the actual start work date will be,
August 17th, 2015.
for the record, yeah, August 17th. Thank
Second.
you.
Do we second on that?
That's the motion. Second, Councilor Moore?
Yeah.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Anyone like to speak to this?
Well, I'll say one thing, that my charge to our incoming manager, Cole, is to keep the wheels of the economic development that we call the City of Ellsworth rolling. It's your strength and your background, and one of the main reasons I'm very supportive of your employment.
Thank you.
And thank you. Anyone else?
I already said my piece.
As have most of us.
Well, I personally want to thank the council for your diligence through this process, and we've been 5.5 months working towards this moment, and it's been a lot of hard work, and I think we've given the whole process a fair shake. And I want to thank David Cole for just coming forward and doing a great job, not only as the interim manager, but then deciding that he was interested in looking at the permanent job. And the process was it was tedious at times, because we ended up with some good candidates to look at and to meet. And once all the vetting process was over, it was what we call a tight race. But we made our decision, and I believe we've made a good decision. We look forward to working with you and having you on board here. And if the first few months of your intern time is any indication, then I know we've got some good days ahead when we think about the economic development and the plans and the visioning and future planning that are going on right now. I think this is a great time to be part of a great city. So welcome, and we wish you all the best, and we're here to help and encourage and advise and do whatever we can to make that job even easier for you. So
Great.
we appreciate it.
If we'd had an oversight committee, I think that we probably would have had it, invite your wife down so she could pin a carnation on your shirt or something.
Thank you.
But we don't have
And
the oversight committee.
and in the meantime, too, for the public's sake, the understanding is that you are going to continue as the interim city manager
That's
until
correct.
such time as you take the permanent role and run with that. So,
Yes, hoping for
We
a
appreciate-
seamless transition.
right. Let's hope so.
Yeah, it can't be anything but.
Unless he has split personality disorder.
And I'll defer to you if you have anything to comment on or add to that, Mr. Cole.
No, other than thank you for your support. It's not often that you get to test drive a city and a prospective city manager. So I know the experience for me has been good. As you know, I didn't come into this with any expectation of being in this job, but the city's kind of grown on me. And I'm an economic developer at heart. Even though I spent 8 years in Augusta doing transportation, it's always been about how can you make a city, state, region a better place to live, work, do business. And there's a good foundation here to work from.
Mm-hmm.
And my hope is to help add some value by working with the council, working with the staff, and working with the community to continue to make Ellsworth a great place to live, work, and do business.
Great. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, on a personal note, I know this has been an incredibly difficult 6 months for you. You've worked for us very, very hard. So I wanted to publicly thank you for all the extra hours, extra work you've done on behalf of the city and the council. I know it's taken a toll.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You've lost your hair.
Yeah, I've lost my hair. Yeah.
The last two disappeared.
After tonight, though, I'll get my step back at least.
It's all there, he just gets the Uncle Festa haircut.
I appreciate that. It's a pleasure to serve. And, it's a great investment in time. So,
And if I might add, Mr. Chair, one of the reasons I came down here to be interim manager is I know you. I know you from Augusta and working together. And that's one of the reasons I continue this council, your leadership. That's an important thing to me, so thank you as well. You've made being the interim, I don't know what I am anymore, the interim city manager's job, you've made it a lot easier. You've been there to support me and guide me, because when you come in new, sometimes, you don't know where, everything's set. So between you, the former manager was very helpful in the transition, and you've all been wonderful. Thank you. And thank the staff.
mm-hmm. Thank you much. All right, we have a motion. Counselor Beeson,
Nope,
anything?
no, go
No. All those in favor? It is unanimous. Congratulations.
Magnanimous.
Welcome.
I was gonna ask her all those remarks, you still can stay.
Move we adjourn, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All in favor? We're adjourned.